is Lear versus Robertson. It's a 1983 case. This adoption case arises out of New York, but the focus and what grabbed the Court of Appeals' attention was the relationship between the natural father and the child. In contrast to the other adoption case we discussed, the child was much younger, more difficult for a natural father to establish the relationship in such a short period of time. In Lear, a putative father sues over the adoption of his daughter by her mother and her husband. The law looked at the unwed father, whether the unwed father does have a right to veto adoption when he did not legitimize the child. In this case, Jessica was born out of wedlock in 1976. Her mother married another man 8 months after the baby's birth. When Jessica was more than 2 years old, the couple filed an adoption petition, and the girl was adopted by the mother's husband. Lear, who filed a visitation and paternity petition shortly after the adoption proceeding was filed in another county, received notice of the adoption only accidentally. Nothing in the statute governing adoption required that he, a putative father who had not registered on the state's putative father registry, be notified of the pending adoption. He learned of the adoption on the same day the final order was signed. He filed a petition to vacate the order of adoption on the grounds of fraud, that it violated his procedural due process rights. The question here was, did the New York law sufficiently protect an unmarried father's relationship with a child whom he has never supported and rarely seen in 2 years since her birth? Does New York law give him an absolute right to notice and opportunity to be heard before his biological child might be adopted? The court affirmed the lower court ruling, upholding the adoption. The court found that the Equal Protection Clause does not require actual notice and veto power of his child's adoption when he did not register with the putative father directory maintained by the state, where the child had been in the custody of the mother and where the putative father had not ever established a relationship with his child.